My name is Leonard Coleman. I'm the former president of the National League of Professional Baseball. I am proud to voice my strong and enthusiastic support for bestowing upon Hinchliffe Stadium the nation's highest level of recognition for an historic building, National Historic Landmark. In the 1960s, I played high school football at Hinchliffe Stadium when my high school, Montclair, opened each season with a game against Patterson Eastside High School. Many years later, I would serve as president of the National League for Major League Baseball, and today I have the honor and privilege of being the chairman of the Jackie Robinson Foundation. Hinchliffe Stadium played a crucial role for some of America's finest athletes who, because of their race, were barred from playing in the major leagues of our national pastime. A long-time commitment requires me to be in California on the day of this hearing, but I very much appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak about Hinchliffe Stadium and my friend Larry Doby. In talking with Larry throughout the years, I know just how fond he was of his memories, both as an amateur and as a professional athlete in Hinchliffe Stadium. He would talk about it quite a bit. Hinchliffe has played a significant role in the sports environment of North Jersey. You mention the name and everybody thinks of some feat or some athlete that was accomplished at Hinchliffe Stadium. As I mentioned, I am the chairman of the Jackie Robinson Foundation. And Jackie and Larry were two great American heroes. Larry was 3 weeks behind Jackie come breaking into the major leagues, and he was the first African American, of course, ever to play in the American League. He faced exactly the same challenges that Jackie faced in the National League. Larry broke in 1947, which was 1 year before President Truman integrated the armed forces. It was 7 years before Brown versus Board of Education, and it was 2 decades before the historic civil rights legislation, which equaled many a playing field in this country. Larry came in, he had teammates who wouldn't throw the ball to him. He faced the same type of obstacles and hatred that Jackie faced in the National League. Hinchliffe Stadium hosted virtually all the other Negro League stars of the 1930s and 1940s. Extraordinary athletes like my good friend Monty Irvin, Satchel Paige, Josh Gibson, Buck Leonard, all members of the Baseball Hall of Fame. It was Hinchliffe Stadium where they all played. And although the teams were segregated, Hinchliffe Stadium welcomed fans of all races. Patterson's proximity to New York ensured a local fan base for New York area teams, and fans both black and white cheered on the New York Black Yankees, who for years made Hinchliffe Stadium their home, the New York Cubans and the Newark Eagles for shorter periods of time. From the first pitch at Hinchliffe Stadium in 1932, integrated crowds packed the striking Art Deco stadium, dealing a blow to Jim Crow's hold in the North. Hinchliffe Stadium still stands proudly, and the National Historic Landmark designation will provide a big boost towards restoring the stadium so that folks will once again line up at the ticket windows. Beyond celebrating Hinchlife's past, this designation will also help us look to the future. Millions of Americans, especially young Americans, feel little or no connection to American historic buildings. Only 15 miles from New York City, Hinchliffe Stadium is within a 2 or 3 hour drive for roughly 30 million Americans, making it a particularly accessible and inspiring place to learn about a critical chapter in American history. Recognizing and preserving Hinchliffe Stadium will ensure that people of all ages and backgrounds can embrace it as a very special historic place in the midst of an authentic, gritty city, offering a unique opportunity for all Americans to consider the stadium's meaning for the time in which we live and for the future. Hinchliffe Stadium and Larry Doby are synonymous in the minds of people in this area. We're very proud that Larry integrated the American League just as Jackie integrated the National League. I can think of no greater and continuing legacy for Larry Doby than to name Hinchliffe Stadium as this National Historic Landmark. Thank you.